A very good morning. Welcome to Chartbusters. It's a fabulous morning if you're a bull. The markets are at the high point of the day. We have kick-started the Jan series with big gains. The Nifty up 100 points, hitting a century just to kick-start trade. And the Nifty Bank, a triple century, up more than 300 points. Mangalam, the screen is looking very good. I think the setup is perfect for a Friday, right? India is, done very well against the Aussies. 151, we managed to bowl them out. The market's at the high point of the day. It's a Friday, end of the month, salaries coming in. And it's been a great year. I mean, personally...
Can it get better?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether it can get better, but it's a great start. First half, you can't expect more. Volume's not very high, but I think, mostly only the bulls are there. And the markets are moving higher. So great news, Mangalam. You want to add to some more?
The only thing I can say is when you say, it's a great screen, whether you're looking at the financial screen or the cricket screen, we're doing fairly well. And interestingly, even if you're looking at the global screen, the Asian markets, they're all off the lows of the day. The Japanese index at one point was lower by about 0.8%, now lower just by about 0.2 to about 0.3%. There you have it. The Nikkei, the Hang Seng is piling on the gains. The Shanghai also at the high point of the day along with the Korean markets. More importantly, I'll be watching out for how the European indices open, because yesterday they shut when the US markets were lower by about 450 to 500 points. From then, we saw a recovery in the Dow Jones to the tune of 800 to 850 points. And the European futures are indicating a positive start. So maybe the second session will also belong to the bulls.
All the best, Mangalam. On a Friday evening, you please track the European markets and message me and tell me how they closed up, because after 3:30, I'm not going to be looking at that. Maybe I'll look at it tomorrow morning. But great, you please keep an eye. And I hope
Are you going to watch Simba today?
Oh, Simba, that sounds interesting. But for me, obviously, it depends on the wife.
The little Simba, if you must.
Oh, yeah.
The Lion King Simba. That was a nice one.
Lion King's not letting me go out. So, yeah. But any which ways, I think my director is saying, let's go straight to the top stories.
Let's do that. Okay, the top stories here. We have it. Tata Group stocks. They're in focus today. Chairman N. Chandrasekaran, in his annual New Year letter to employees, says Tata Group ends 2018 on a stronger and better note. Adds they are embarking on a process of simplifying, synergizing and scaling to create an agile, powerful platform, and that 2019 will bring a number of macro challenges.
And United Bank of India surges close to around 8% as part of the government's recapitalization plan for state-owned bank. United Bank informs exchanges about the capital infusion of around 2,159 crores by the government. That's likely, in fact, the new CET ratio at 9.52 in comparison to 5.82 earlier.
Lemon Tree Hotels. That rallies as the company forms joint venture with PE firm Warburg Pincus to focus on co-living. Management says the company targets 100,000 rooms for students and working professionals in India.
Well, some of these financials are just taking off. India Bulls Housing Finance, the Bajaj twins, that's Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv. Both those two should come up for you in terms of an intraday chart. Both of them moving higher in the last few minutes, spiking up as we speak. So good going there. The breadth of the market as well is very strong as we speak. More than 3 stocks advancing for just one stock that's declining. And a couple of these other financial stocks, well, Mangalam, some of these NBFCs from the broader market. Equitas, you have Canfin Homes that's moving higher. Repco Home Finance, all of them just taking off in the last few minutes, moving to the high point of the day. But are we good for more, and how do you trade the Nifty from here? Ashwini Gujral joins in to give us his trade on the Nifty. Well, Ashwini, in the last couple of trading sessions from the low of 10,535, we've seen a splendid run, more than 350 points. Now what's the trade? At what point of time will you be looking to take some money off the table? And importantly, where does the stop loss come if you have a long position?
See, first of all, we need to understand what's happening. Yesterday, the VIX kind of cooled off from 35 down to 29. So overall, global markets are looking for a bit of a rally, a bit of healing. For last couple of days, volatility has been high and none of the markets have participated in this US pullback. So I think going into the afternoon with Europe doing well, I think we should close at the highs of the day. So I'm not taking too much profit today. And overall, for the January series, I believe that at some point we'll cross 11,000, and that rally should be led by financials, which have opened very strongly. So if you still are thinking about it, I think it's the time to participate, because chances are you'll have fairly serious global pullback. So there's no question that we are outperforming and we are preempting, a further global up move. Having said that, individual stocks, IndusInd Bank is a buy with a stop of 1585, target of 1640. HDFC is a buy with a stop of 1970, target of 2010. And ICICI Bank is a buy with a stop of 355, target of 372.
Ashwini, thanks a lot for that. Disclosures?
We have long positions on Bank Nifty.
All right, thank you. We will keep coming back to you through the course of the day. That is Ashwini saying that there is a high chance that we end at the highs of the day. He is long on Nifty Bank. You know, Nigel, we were talking about the financials. Cement, that's not doing too bad as well. We have Grasim, which has moved higher to the high point of the day. And from the broader markets, we actually have India Cements, Ambuja Cements, as well as another couple of cement companies from the F&O space. All of them moving to the high point of the day.
Yeah, we'll wait by. Let's see whether or not January 2019 we see, price increases coming about, because the input costs are moving lower. Petrol prices are falling, pet coke prices, that as well is linked to, crude. So that as well is moving lower. So input costs are moving down. Now, importantly, price increases have to come about. And more importantly, when everyone's talking about price increases, I just want to make this point to our audience. Keep an eye out, really on the trade segment. The non-trade segment, if those sales go up, there's a price difference. The trade segment is higher prices. You make more amount of profitability out there. So keep an eye out on the trade segment rather than the non-trade segment. Non-trade basically learns to the government buying and, bulk purchase of cement as well. So keep an eye out on that front. Some of these stocks have come to mouth-watering valuations. But when does profitability kick in? That's very, very important. And can that price increase come about? Because in the last few months, it just hasn't come about.
That's important, that the point that you're making with regards to price increase, Nigel, because if in the last few months it hasn't come about, can it come about given after the next few months we have the all-important elections?
No, quarter four, in fact, is, the best quarter.
Okay.
Now, the state elections are the bigger one, because every state wants to make sure the cement prices don't go higher.
Okay.
So that's why in the month of December, it was most likely because of the cold as well, and people don't work as hard as us. So, everyone's taken on leave, etc. In the north, it gets the visibility is very less, so workers don't come too often, etc. So on the back of that, December, we didn't see a price increase. The problem is that in November, when we saw a price increase, it was rolled back as well. So January 2019, let's see whether or not that happens. For the time being, as you said, some of these stocks, they're moving high as we speak.
Absolutely. So what we do is now check into a short break, come back, we talk about Lemon Tree on the other side. That one's buzzing higher in trade after it entered a joint venture with PE firm Warburg Pincus.